Guys, have you ever counted down the days to a game's release only to be let down by when the developers totally missed the mark and they didn't deliver what they promised? No, I'm not talking about you, Call of Duty. But today, we're diving into a Steam review that perfectly captures this feeling. And we're going to talk about this up-and-coming game, Bodycam. Let's get into it. Alright, so as already mentioned, we're talking about one of the most hyped upcoming games, Bodycam. Just watching the little bit of footage that I have, wow, it makes me want to play it. And I think, actually, this is going to be the first game that I review that I'm going to commit to buying this game. Like, absolutely. Just on the gameplay that I've seen and reading some reviews, phenomenal. But anyway, with that, welcome to this bonus edition of Rob Reed's Reviews. I say it's a bonus edition because I'm actually not home. I'm away for work right now. I'm trying some new editing techniques since I have a little bit more time. So I'm going to release this episode irregularly. Now, today, we have a review coming in from that one axolotl, I think. 123 people found this review helpful, 5 people found it funny, not recommended, 0 hours in the last 2 weeks, 7.1 hours on record, 5.9 at the time of the review. Posted June 28th at 12:06 a.m. Early access review, no less. And then he wrote, "While the game is great with its graphics, I just can't give it a good review. We've been waiting for months, possibly even a year, for its big revamp, and they haven't given us a release date. I would give it a good review, but we really need that update. I'll revise this once it's done, but I just don't want to buy it right now with the state that it's currently in. Great concept, bad gameplay." Alright, so let's talk about the backstory. So Bodycam is one of those up-and-coming games that immediately grabs your attention with its hyper-realistic visuals. And for full disclosure, I say up-and-coming. I know you can purchase it right now, but it is still not officially released. So, again, up-and-coming. But for anyone who hasn't heard of it yet, which from what I've seen is quite a bit of people, if not most of us, doesn't even know it exists, right? So here's what you need to know. While there's no dedicated story mode or campaign, Bodycam offers an intense multiplayer experience from the unique perspective of a special operator's bodycam. Hence the name. Even with all the limitations, the game's potential is turning a lot of heads, as you have fast-paced, action-packed gameplay. But, as well, as you can see, not everyone's convinced. So that brings me to this review. Let's dive in. Okay, so that brings us to point number 1. Now let's start with the very first sentence of his review. He wrote, "While this game is great with graphics, I just can't give it a great review." So, he's acknowledging that Bodycam looks fantastic, which I don't think I'm ever going to find someone that will disagree. However, he isn't willing to give the game anything else beyond that. Now, starting off a review with that's a bold statement to open with. But honestly, I think we need a little bit more context before we make that statement. As I've said in many other of my videos and many other of my reviews, it's unfair to judge a game without providing solid reasons or examples to back it up. Again, opening up your review just saying, "It has solid graphics, but I can't give anything further," with no real context, people are going to discredit your review almost immediately. Now, short to the point with this one, but it matches up with his bold statement. Alright, so that brings me to point number 2. The reviewer brings up how the audience has been waiting for a long time for Bodycam to release. Months, maybe even years now. So let's talk about that. Waiting for a game that can be annoying or even frustrating at times, but it's not always a bad thing. Take PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, for example. It spent 9 months in the pre-release state, and it still had tons of bugs and cheaters when it officially launched. Right? I think I have all your attention with that, right? As we know how bad PUBG's cheater problem got. But with every game facing cheating epidemics and at other launch issues these days, I think we can all agree it's better for the developers to take their time and polish the game, study the issues they're having so that they can give us what we want. Sure, waiting is tough in the short term, but in the long run, it's worth it. If we end up with the quality finished product that we paid for, I'd rather wait a little bit longer for something great than to rush into a broken experience. Okay, now let's talk about the next point, or point number 3. The reviewer says he'll revise his review once the game is finished, and I take that to mean he plans to update his opinion after the game officially releases. But to me, that's not the best way to rate the game in its current state. You're producing the review, you're reviewing off what is available. Now, if he had said something like, hey, this game is an alpha, so I'm reviewing it strictly based off what's available, that would be fair. That's 100% fair. But leaving a negative review now without providing constructive criticism or any content really, or acknowledging that it's unfinished can give potential players a wrong impression. Now, I'm not trying to single this reviewer out, I just wish more people would approach the reviews with the mindset of helping developers improve their games. Reviewers should often provide helpful feedback, not just vent frustrations, especially when it comes to early accesses or unreleased titles. At the end of the day, constructive criticism benefits everyone, players, developers, and the community as a whole. Okay, point number 4. The last thing he says, great concept, bad gameplay. Now, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, where's the context? Why is the gameplay bad? I mean, up until this point, he's only mentioned the game hasn't released, okay? That the graphics are awesome, sweet, right? Then suddenly, it's just bad gameplay with no explanation. Why? Why is it bad? If you're going to put a review out, we need the details here. Tell us what's wrong with it. Otherwise, it's tough to take this review as gospel. Seriously. Alright, so that brings me to what should they do next? Now, at the end of the day, we have to accept that there will always be reviews like this, ones that are hard to take at face value. Just to be clear, I'm not here to pick on the initial reviewer. I just want to be transparent and about why thoughtful reviews matter. If we're putting our opinions out there for everyone to see, as we know, the internet is forever, let's make sure that they're all thoughtful and clear. After all, vague or misleading reviews can be easily misunderstood and might even turn potential players away from a great game. This brings me to the end of the video. Let me know your thoughts. Did I get the details right? Do you think Bodycam is a game we should be excited about? Drop your answers in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.